everyone. Welcome to the weekly energy reading for the week of December 6th through the 12th. So last week we talked about how, well, the theme was the thread. So kind of trying to figure out what that missing piece was, what we wanted in life, what would pull us together and make us feel whole. And how are you guys doing, by the way, with the new moon solar eclipse? Sometimes emotions can be strong. I know for me, like last week, we were talking about finding what makes us whole, and I feel like I did. I got really excited, made these plans for the future, and then now it's kind of like a roller coaster, and I think this card this week embraces that. So last week we talked about like finding what missing pieces for us, what we really want out of life, and we discussed some things about like cutting out negative habits, people, situations. And this week Spirit is calling us to now look inside at our shadow self. And I actually was just thinking about the shadow work I have to do earlier today. Like, I know I have a lot of work to do, and I guess I'm not the only one, because Spirit made it clear we need to do some shadow work this week. So shadow is like the side of you that you've kind of been denying or putting off or don't want to acknowledge. And this is something that you have to work through if you want to get to that full self, that you want to pull that thread together like we were talking about last week. So I pulled out the card information. So this is from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. It talks about how rejecting parts of ourselves in the world begin to separate us from the whole. So rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When this card appears, it's time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with no, anything but that, you are touching shadow. That's exactly what happened to me. I'm even having dreams about things from the past. It's coming in clear for me, and it's so hard to do. And I feel like I need to practice more of what I preach, you know. But these readings are for me too. Like, this is a collective reading for all of us. All of our guides are sending in some messages here. So now it's time for us to find support for this deep inner work and move toward the shadow with patience and compassion. So we really need to dig deep this week, it seems, and figure out what we're hiding from ourselves. And I like how they mentioned like no, anything but that, because that's what makes it clear for me. So yeah, sometimes we think there's a dark side of us we don't want to come out, but really that makes you you, and it's only you that's thinking that's really bad, you know? So let's break it down though. Let's get more information. And if you guys have any questions about shadow work or anything like that, I think probably anyone watching this would probably know, but we're being called to practice this. And even if things are going great, sometimes there's things still you gotta work through. And it sucks for a little while. It hurts, but you grow from it. And I've done it before, but I've got a lot more to do. So Spirit, what does the collective need to know this week? So I'm going to do this like the previous readings. We're going to break it down into sections of the week and then get more details. I've got some oracle cards here. I'll get some angel dice numbers. Maybe some other things we can do today. I did recently just started doing like bibliomancy. I have this key and I did it in a book, and I got like such a great result from it the other day, so maybe I'll do that. I had the Atomic Habits book out. Something has called me to pull it. I've had that book for a while, but I've not read it yet, and I just feel like it'll help me, and I really need to do that. But anyways, let's get some cards from Spirit. I could talk all day to you guys. So Spirit, please give us clear and accurate messages. What do the collective and I need to know the week of December 6th through the 12th? I'm going to start off with tarot cards, by the way, and I can't really see me, but let's see. Okay. We got the Seven of Cups reversed and Six of Swords reversed. Ooh. gosh, we're blocking some things today. That's probably why we're here this week. That's probably why we need to do some shadow work. And all these reverse cards kind of represent some imbalance going on with us. I can relate, but so we're starting off the week with the Seven of Cups reversed, which often means we are stuck, we're not able to make decisions, think clearly. And then we have the Six of Swords reversed. I feel like we had this card last week, I don't know, but this kind of means feeling trapped in a situation or not taking the action to get out of it, or feeling like we have to return to a bad place, but we'll get more details and break it down, I guess. I just want to go through it quickly, and then we'll tie it all together, all the threads. And then for Three of Wands, it looks like this could mean like lack of teamwork, not putting enough planning into your efforts. So let's see, yeah, it looks like we might be having some inner demons, inner self, not being able to make choices, not knowing where to go this week, not planning appropriately. And last week was all like, yes, we've got this, so let's see what else we can get so we can navigate this week better. Spirit, what is going on? Please provide much more detail so we can break down this week and how we can embrace our shadow sign. Oh, this card just flew out, so I'll put those down. Oh wow, these are two queens just popped out. We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands reversed. I feel like the Queen of Cups is telling us we definitely have to look inside our shadow. Maybe spend more time to ourselves with this Queen of Wands reversed. She's very more outgoing and everything like that. But let's see. The Moon reverse. All these reversals. Another one, Hanged Man reversed. Okay. Oh my gosh, what? I got 7, or the 10 of Wands reverse. And I showed this deck really thoroughly before, and I'm doing it as I get cards too. Okay, these two on. Death. And then, oh wow, there's definitely something that's coming to an end. Let's see, did I get 7 cards? That's what I wanted. Yeah, so what is going on this week, guys? Let's see. Can you guys see this? I'm filming I had a bigger table this week, so I was hoping it would be better. Sorry if it's not super bright. I kind of had a headache earlier. I could probably turn on a light though now and move the camera up a little bit so you could see. Just give me a second. Promise soon. Hopefully I'll get this more. Okay. Cat's really interested in what's going on. So hopefully this is a little bit better for you guys, but I guess hopefully the interpretation is more meaningful than looking at it. I could take a picture and put it in or something too, or just ask. But okay, so we're starting off with 7 of Cups reversed, 6 of Swords reversed, and then 3 of Wands reversed. And this is like the majority reverse cards, so I feel like there's definitely some imbalance and disharmony going on this week. And I'm sorry if you guys are having a tough time, but it seems like in the beginning of the week, we're faced with some things we need to make decisions on and are just feeling blocked. Maybe we're even having some like emotional blockages going on and just maybe kind of pushing things to the side and not taking any action for those. And I think the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups upright and then the Queen of Wands reverse is saying that we should probably take some time to figure out what's going on in terms of that with our emotions, do some introspection, and definitely work on the shadow. We've seen that already. And then the Queen of Wands reverse, sometimes it could just mean like maybe we're being a little bit harsh on herself, like too harsh, because normally when she's like upright, she's like just that outgoing, happy-spirited, just ambitious, kind of like a tomboy energy. She's just always having fun. And reversed, I get this vibe that, you know, just kind of mean and closed off. So maybe that's how we're coming off right now, since we're dealing with some inner turmoil or something like that. Or maybe this could represent someone else in your life. And the moon reversed, maybe like something is coming up this week that maybe we feel like deceived, and we found something out that we're not really happy with. This could also be like with that shadow work coming out, like you know, like deception revealed. Maybe you are remembering some things from the past that make you feel pretty crappy, and I'm sorry if that's the case, or you're feeling like badly, like you're trapped in some situation and you can't get out, or you feel like things are going well, but now you're like moving back into rough waters this week, because maybe you've got this bad news, this deception, this denial of some sorts. Maybe someone, the Queen of Wands is someone that was treating you poorly, because a lot of times like court cards can represent specific people. But I have a feeling a lot of this week's energy has to do internally, like internal conflict going on here. Yeah, so the moon and the Hanged Man reverse. So with that one, sometimes, let's see, with the 10, we've got a lot of endings, like the 10, 10, 3, 7, 6, I feel like this week we're not really wanting to take responsibilities, or like pass it on responsibilities. Like we're not really wanting to do the work. And that we talked about last week, we were so optimistic about everything. But the Hangman reversed, like, it's the opposite of like upright, obviously, but like, you know, that's like, we're not spending the time to reflect. We're kind of like running away from our problems. We feel like we just don't want to put the effort in. Maybe we're doing all these things but what we're supposed to be doing. And that the 10 of Wands reverse, sometimes that can mean like release of responsibilities, but I think in this case it's kind of like shrinking responsibilities. Like we're not really stepping up to the plate and doing what we're supposed to do or should do this week. And I think there's something big coming to an ending, and it might be hurtful this week. The fact that we have Death and then 10 of Swords upright, like I don't really see the like endings as bad. Like the Death card, I think gets a bad rep, but like something has to end always for a new beginning. And it looks like this week we're in that, followed by the 10 of Swords. Like something's gonna end, and it's probably gonna hurt a little bit. Maybe you're feeling a little, you know, like backstabbed, especially with the moon reverse early in the week. Like maybe when we're working on our shadow self, there's just going to be some parts of, or some things that come up that we've been repressing that make us feel pretty crappy, and this makes us kind of like shrink away from life at first. But I think we decide to like just cut off whatever that is or deal with it and have an ending so we can move on to better things. Like that, there's definitely major, something's ending this week. I think we need some more information about what. All of this together, I feel like we're closing off emotionally. We have some kind of emotional blockages, feeling stuck in a situation, not putting in the proper plans, or not feeling like anyone has our back. We're kind of alone, and there's no like teamwork going on, and maybe no one's giving you credit for what you're doing, and maybe there's some situation, relationship, work, friendship that you feel like you're sticking around and trying really hard, and maybe they're just not showing you the same amount of respect back or putting in the same amount of effort, and you're just done with it. You feel deceived. You feel like, you know, you just want to hide away. You feel really hurt, and I think whatever that is has to be cut off, and it's going to be, and it might hurt a little bit, but it's making way for such new and better things. Come here, Missy. Sorry guys, I just had to cut it off. I dropped all the cards. Don't know where we left off. So this week I feel like this is heavy. I don't know if every point I'm going to say is hitting home with everyone, but it seems like there's something happening that's blocking our decision to make choices, or maybe someone's not allowing us to do what we want to do and we're feeling trapped in a situation. And this Three of Wands means like things are delayed. The Six of Swords has to do with that too. And then also it can sometimes mean like sabotaged by someone who thought was on your side, like a team player. And then when we break it down further, so we have this Queen of Cups, which is like someone that's really creative and sensitive, intuitive. And the Queen of Wands could also be someone who's like impatient and just kind of like, you know, like a dictator type, like not good energy there. And then the Moon is pretty much saying like deception or revealed, maybe the end of troubles. And I feel like something in your life has been like unbalanced and like they're not putting in the effort like you are. Like you're just feeling, I think something is going to come to light that maybe doing this shadow work, you're going to find that it's just not the right person, not the right situation. I feel like this is a person, and I feel like something's going on behind the scenes that you're going to figure out, and they're just not. Even when you bring it up and acknowledge the problem, there's no effort on their end, like running away from responsibilities, or maybe they're just putting everything on you and not putting forth any effort to make things better or do anything at all. And maybe this is you running away from this problem because you're so upset and by this that's going on, but it seems like there's definitely some backstabbing going on, something really painful. And I'm really sorry if this is true for you and it's going to lead to an ending. But I think, just judging by all of the qualities and the cards coming up, I think this is going to open many doors for you. And when something ends, there's always a new beginning. But I think Spirit's saying like this could even be something from the past that's coming out with this shadow work. And we need to open up and face this, and it hurts, but sometimes, you know, that's just necessary to move on. And if you're doing the shadow work and realizing that, you know, maybe it's your own like bad behaviors, lack of planning, lack of responsibilities, lack of maybe even you're doing too much and not delegating the responsibilities to other people too. It's just all you all the time, and other people aren't acknowledging you. You're not feeling satisfied. You're not feeling happy. There's definitely a heavy week, and I feel some pain coming on, and I hate that for us, but you don't want to stay in some situation where you're not feeling happy, and you're feeling stuck, or like people aren't a team player. And I think that whatever this bad thing that's coming is coming to an end, especially when we have 2 10s and death, and it's pretty heavy stuff. And all these reversals, there's something's going on that's really imbalanced and not healthy for us, and it's time to stand up and take responsibility. Like maybe this is not us, like just knowing like we're not making decisions, we're not leaving this bad situation, and we need to stop hiding from our problems. Like this is kind of like, maybe this is 10 of Wands reverses us, like, you know, he's blocked from view when it's upright, maybe reverse, like we finally see the light, we finally put down the wands and like realize that this just is not okay. It's not okay to be treated this way. It's not okay to put in all the effort yourself. It's this deception, like, you know, you shouldn't feel stuck. You shouldn't feel like you can't choose to do what you want to do. You should be able to do things that make you happy, or at least if you know, sometimes we have to like make some sacrifices for people we love or whatever, but like it should not be so imbalanced here, and this needs to come to an end. And I think we're finally seeing that, and I think some of this inner reflection work in the beginning of the week or this whole week will help you realize this. And then it's going to be sucky for a little while, but necessary to grow. And I only want the best for all of you, and this is, you need this person, this bad habit, maybe it is just something you're internal, like you're not being able to make a decision, feeling like paralyzed, like you can't do anything, but you can, you are capable. And I think we're going to stop hiding, we're going to stop denying things this week, we're going to stop refusing to think about stuff that our shadow side that we've been pushing aside for like who knows how long, like our whole lives, you know, and we're finally going to realize that changes are needed. And if you ever need help, definitely reach out to a friend or anyone. because I know it's a difficult time, but yeah, you need to find some support for this deep inner work. There's some good books and stuff you can look at too, but I think it's really important when you find out what this thing is, if it's negative self-talk, if it's something like you just have such bad anxiety you can't even like leave the house, you can't do anything, you're just afraid to face everything. Like this is the week where you've got to acknowledge why you're being held back why are you being held back from making friends or doing things with your friends? Why are you stuck in this unhappy marriage or relationship or friendship or family situation? Why are you in this job you hate? Why are you surrounding yourself with things you don't like that just make you feel bad? Why? Really looking into that why this week is super important, and it's gonna suck, but I think you're gonna really dive deep in your mind and realize there's people that are mean for you, there's people that are doing things that aren't in your favor, like deceptive a little bit. And like now when you open your eyes and you reflect and you realize that these people just aren't taking responsibility, or maybe it's even you realize you haven't been taking responsibility for your health, your mental health, your happiness. It's time to open up your eyes, let down your guard, and cut this stuff out. I think we talked a lot about last week, but I think we focused more on like what we want and like the happy sides of things. And this week is a little bit darker, but it's necessary. Like I didn't even realize these cards would come out, but I was talking about how the ups and downs of this and the changes we make now will be lasting. Like, this is a very powerful time, an eclipse. That's why it's like heavy, you have to do the work now and cut off this bad stuff like we talked about. It's time, and this is hard. I'm sorry that this is going on. Let's see, should we get like another card? I'll go to the Oracle. I feel like I just want to grab like 3 more cards to clarify overall or get any more advice or guidance from Spirit. Spirit, what else do we know? The Lovers. I think this could indicate that we need to reach out for a friend, or since it's under these cards right here, maybe there's some deception there that has to do with friendship. But since it's upright, I think maybe this is a sign that you need to be open and honest with your friend. It doesn't always have to be a romantic partner. Maybe it is. But I think it's time to have clear communication and also think about what you want from your partner and your friends and your workplace too, your work partner, boss, whatever, and see if that is going okay for you. And are you being treated fairly? Are you putting in effort too? Is there anything there that has to be addressed? I think that's important. Also, decide to reach out for a friend, because this is going to be a heavy week, it looks like. But at least we're getting some upright things here. I don't see this as overly negative, but I also see it as a sign, since it's under all these other cards, to explore that further. And if you feel like you're not able to talk to a partner or a friend, that might be a problem, but maybe you are and you're just afraid to. I think it's important to lean on people in times like this. And then we have the Ace of Swords reverse. Yeah, we're going to be feeling straight up defeat. We already kind of knew that, right? But it's time to face the fact so we can move on to better days. And it looks like maybe when we're really closed off from our intuition right now, and that's kind of what's making us not realize all of these things. And I think it's time to do that. That's instead of hiding away. Like, have you had a gut feeling, and you're just like hiding it? Maybe this is even like being closed off to our shadow self. Man, there's a lot of reversals, guys. There's a lot of internal conflict going on here too, I see, and a lot of majors, which means the changes we make this week, these are like, big themes in our life and are going to bring about new things. But I think you need to listen to that voice within. Maybe it's time to release these secrets that you may be holding, or maybe you'll find out the secrets others have been holding from you, and that could lead to this ending. But I think it's really important to embrace that side of yourself and open up your mind and listen to your heart, and that will make this go easier. You don't want to be closed off spiritually as well, because you need that help this week, along with, the friendship. That's interesting that's there. So I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm saying sorry, but I just feel like this is a mostly heavy week for
you guys, for everyone, for me too. You know, I've already started to feel those effects. Let's get some oracle cards, see if there's anything we can draw from there, and then we'll get some angel numbers, and then maybe we should get some like happy advice at the end too, like how we can get through this. Oh my gosh, this is so accurate. The perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Wow. God, I wish I could fix this camera better. I'll put these, I don't know, I'll just put it down here, whatever. But the courage to step into life. I'll do one more and then we'll look in the book to get more, but that goes with everything, you guys. And 44, I love repeating numbers. I always feel like that's a sign from my spirit guides, but it's time. That's so fitting out of all the cards that came out. The courage, it's time to look within and figure out what's, you know, I know this is like a thing we talked about last week, like, but last week was more about figuring out like what we want to do in life, but like, and also what's holding us back, but now it's like, can't even, you know, we're not being able to make decisions or leave situations, and we're realizing that people aren't on our side and there's some deception. It's courage to take action on this. Step into your own life. You're in control. Like, and of course, like, some, like, there's bad, but like in true chaos is true beginning. Like, once life is like, it sounds awful, like when life is just, you hit rock bottom, you feel like it's just pure chaos, but that is so amazing in a way, because that means the world is at your fingertips. You can literally do anything in that moment. Like, it's already disrupted, and this gives you this power to do whatever you want. Anything. And then we have transpersonal watchers. So I'm gonna grab a little book. I just got this deck recently and I liked it so far. It's the Shaman's Dream. So yeah, this one I need some, but transpersonal, it needs help with others, but let's look at the courage to step into life. Oh, by the way. And the other one is number 44, and this is 60, if that means anything to anyone. But 44, perfect storm, an invitation to act now, the courage to step into life, sheltering from turbulence. When the perfect storm appears, it cautions you to be ready for an exciting, if turbulent, times. The winds are picking up, and you need to make sure that you are close to the eye of the storm, or you will be buffeted by gusts that may take you far from where you need to be. The key is to remain centered and balanced and bear witness as the forces build intensity. Notice how the loose stuff is starting to fly around, and recognize how little of it you truly need. Let go of those thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes that clutter your heart and cloud your mind. Then the storm will be absolutely perfect for you. If you wonder what you might lose during the perfect storm, know that it is things that we are most attached to that are taken first, as if life were trying to unburden us from our righteous self-importance. Let it all go with the wind. The less you resist the change brought by the perfect storm, the happier you will be. Ride the winds to your next destination. Embrace the rain or snow. Remember that every time you try to argue with nature, you lose. The perfect storm can also be a call for you to seize the moment. There might be a great opportunity that you need to take advantage of right now. Carpe Diem. Here, time is of the essence. It may be gone shortly, so do not hesitate. Go ahead, bite off more than you can chew, and take the storm on in all of its terrifying greatness. Experiencing the fullness of life, you will succeed. Well, that's positive after this mess we're going to be in. Oh. Okay. So then at the end of the week, Watchers, serendipity, the observer, witness, transpersonal. When the Watchers appears, it's an invitation to stop doing, pause, get off the treadmill, and take a deep breath. From the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you, simply observe. Watcher shows up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent a long time trying to correct the course of events and the actions of others. Let it be for a short while, and you will become the observer rather than the doer. The Watchers invite you to take a break free that is linear, casual pace
of the petty day-to-day. Rise to the divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious ways, requiring only a sacred witness. So maybe this goes with these two things here, like not taking, like hiding from responsibilities, releasing burdens, and maybe just like taking some time away will make you realize that it's time for new beginnings. Maybe that goes with it there, but I don't know, guys. Maybe after this ending, it's time to just take some time off. Can you get anything from here? Know your worth. Yes. That's important. Know your worth came out for new moon in Taurus. I think this week you're going to realize that goes with everything I was saying. You're not being treated right in some situation, and this card came out. I was attached to this one. Let's put it out to it. Then it says find a balance. Yes, because something's really imbalanced here. I said that earlier. Even like I feel like you're putting in some more effort than whoever else in whatever situation this is referring to you. You know, in your life. Know your worth. Find a balance, and then we have breathe through the tension. Yeah, since it's going to be a rough week, take some deep breaths and time off and take care of yourself, because this shadow work is going to bring about some tough feelings and some endings, some abrupt, painful endings, but it's going to make way for something better. And maybe this endings are even like this thought process, like the swords themselves, like they usually mean something, like they often mean like interpersonal things, thought processes. I don't know, but I see with the lovers that came out, High Priestess, there's something needs to be worked here. Know your worth, find a balance, and breathe through the tension. I'm sorry, you guys. This seemed like such a negative reading, but I think it's what we need to hear. Let's get an angel number. Oh, it's a small one. 81. Yeah, oh, shit. Sorry. It says number 81, a time for realizations. I think that's true. Let's see if I can get more information. Important things are coming to a closure and major transformations are coming into your life. I always find it crazy that these numbers always correlate, because sometimes they're all like cheesy happy, I shouldn't say cheesy, but like only positive. But this is saying something's coming to an end, but it will allow for transformation, and that is exactly what this whole reading has been saying. There's going to be a major closure in something in your life. And I'm sure you have an idea of what it is, but something's coming to the light with this moon, this deception. These troubles are going to end. And I'm guessing it's with the relationship with the lovers on here. But I mean, maybe not. It could be any sort of thing, but that's just what I'm getting here. And it's time to take some rest. Listen to that, like, goddess within. You need to listen to your intuition too, maybe to help decide like what's going on, or take some time to yourself. Know your worth. That is so important. Know your worth. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved, and you deserve to be. You don't have to do everything. People need to help share the responsibilities. It should not be all you. Like, if in any situation, like, it's time for you to cut off these bad ties, take a little break this weekend and rest and recuperate, because it's going to be a rough week. And just know that things are going to improve. And I'm really sorry if this is really tough for you right now, because I think in the beginning of the week we're going to feel upright defeat, and we'll just
yeah, we need to take care of ourselves this week. I'm really sorry. This is such a negative week, but that's kind of what the shadow is acknowledging these things we haven't wanted to because we don't want to feel hurt, but we need to. We need to acknowledge these things. We need to feel the pain. We need to accept what is right and what is wrong and bring it to the light instead of pushing it back, because the more we push these bad things away, these things we've been hiding, these things we're not acknowledging, this mistreatment we may have been getting, we need to bring it to the light because that's the only way. That's the only way to move forward, and it really is hard to deal with it, but it'll feel like such a weight off your shoulders after give yourself some time to grieve and feel it, because that's another way of working through it. You need to experience the emotions too, and then just leave it behind. You work, now you're not hiding it anymore. You acknowledge it. You're working through it. How can you make things better? I think there's going to be an ending that'll make it better. Maybe this will even be the end of those bad things you've been hiding that built up. Maybe that's just what it is. You're just letting go of these internal conflicts you've been having that you've been hiding away from. I think, okay, that could make a lot more sense to some people that don't have like endings in relationships or anything. You finally are realizing what trauma you've been hiding that happened in the past, whatever it is. A lot of times it is like child trauma things. It doesn't have to be. And you've been just hiding away from it, not taking responsibility, not doing the shadow work. And then you finally do, and you can close off that chapter of your life and move on. Yes. It's all coming together now. And angels are saying, our guys, 81, it is a time for closure. It's a time for transformation. And this shadow work is bringing you there. So I wish you guys all the best. I love you guys so much. And I hope this isn't too heavy for you. I hope you guys get through this, but you have the courage to do it. Look within, deal with it, transform into a better person, a better life. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you super soon. Bye.